This episode is fueled by Mountain Ops, supplements to conquer more and crush your countdowns. Visit mountainops.com for all your supplemental needs. Fuel, recover, repeat.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Countdown 2 Podcast. I'm your co-host, Drew.
I'm Leighton.
And we're awesome.
And brothers.
And brothers. No, dude, I'm so stoked. Look at where we are at.
This is our playground. We're at A Basin, Colorado.
Arapahoe Basin, Colorado, baby.
For the Yeti Cycles Gathering, 25th year anniversary.
That's right, exactly. And so we have the awesome opportunity to ride the lift, show where we're going to be riding, talk shop, and dude, I don't know, I'm just so stoked.
Yeah,
like we're here.
And we get to dive into Yeti, what their bloodline, what makes them tick, you know, and who they are behind the curtain. And we're gonna have some of their employees on, their freaks, their customers, what makes them freaks for Yeti, and lots of riding.
100%. And I think that real quick, it's just such an honor to be here. It's an honor to be in this place, this position of being like showing what they're all about. It's humbling for us because we love the brand so much, and then just to be out here representing is awesome. I'm sorry, I'm so distracted by the trails.
It's beautiful.
Hit that.
Oh yeah, because we've never been here before. I've never been to Colorado. This is interesting. Down there. We were at 10,000 feet. We live at sea level.
Yep.
So we have our own challenges to face.
That's a tech trail.
Technically, this is day one of the gathering, but for us, it's day two. We were up at Yeti Cycles headquarters yesterday.
Yep.
We did their lunch run with their employees and a couple other customers, and we learned real quick about elevation and breathing.
It is a thing.
It's a thing. Not just hard to breathe, but get oxygen to the blood and to your legs. They'll quit real fast. So,
thankfully, I started beforehand, really digging into drawing blood away from my brain, so they can go in my body and perform better.
That's normal.
Wait a minute.
Sweet. Okay.
Ew.
Cool. No, we're a podcast about doing hard things and mental health, and we talk about our stories about how we got through depression and suicidal thoughts and alcoholism, and and we like to have guests on, share their stories. We've had a lot of Yeti ambassadors on, Mountain Ops, one of our sponsors. We're sponsored by Zircle now too, Zircle Optics, and so we're really excited to really get to know the people at Yeti and maybe end some misconceptions about who their customers are. Something about DDS, I don't know. Well, who knows?
No, absolutely. Everybody up here is a dentist.
Yeah.
And so
we are now.
Yeah,
we got certified at headquarters as dentists,
and we started extracting teeth.
Yeah, man. So it's a crazy experience. I kind of like
it. No, and their new bike does have a cavity.
Has a what?
Cavity.
It does have a cavity. Yeah,
so it tracks.
Yes. The new LT with the getting rid of the Switch Infinity, moving to the Sixfinity. And it's an incredible bike. We rode it in the parking lot.
It was rad.
Incredible. Went down like a little 4-stair. That travel, man.
I would argue if it feels good in the parking lot, it's going to feel amazing on the hill.
That is true.
It's just my take.
That is what they say.
However,
I
got to prove it. I want to prove it.
You want to get it up on there, up on the mountain? Yeah,
so we are coming up on the end of our ride here, the lift here. So we'll have to make sure our cameraman turns around and is able to see.
So we were just talking about learning a lot of things at Yeti headquarters, and one thing we really learned is just how kind and fun their employees are. They're always up for a good time. They are just
chill.
stoked to meet you, because there's some bikers that aren't cool. and chill.
But they're not here.
They're not here. They don't exist here.
And that's what I love about Yeti too. Is like
they can't handle 10,000 feet. Sorry.
That's right. What I love about them too is that they have. They're a race bred bike. I mean, the company that they go to all the races. They are top competitors in each race, and they gear their gear for it. But then there's this other side where they got the freaks that buy their stuff, who are totally chill. And I would expect, going to headquarters, I would expect this huge operation, but they're really small.
Yeah, they are.
And like it's intimate.
They're efficient.
In a way. Yeah. And everybody's just chill and inviting. Oh yeah, dude, come on in. And we got to meet the owners yesterday and just all their staff, and it's just been awesome. So like we love the bikes. We've been riding them for years, and so it's rad to get on this side of it where they are just as cool as their bikes.
Yeah. They care so much.
Yeah.
They put so much detail into everything at headquarters too. Style. It's just really a testament to how much work they put into their bikes, and they're so proud, and that, as they should be. Like they just made podium for racing, and they are ambassadors. They really support that side. They call the ambassadors the yin to their racers yang, which I love, and it's just they appreciate their customer base. Like these aren't cheap bikes,
and they don't really care if you're horrible at riding.
Yeah. Oh man, we were sucking wind trying to climb.
Brutal, man.
Climbed almost 2,000 feet yesterday, and at from 6,000 feet to 8,000 feet, and we were struggling. But on the way down, it was chunky, and their bikes that we ride can handle it all.
Now I am looking for a bear, so that's why I'm kind of looking around.
We're high enough, I think.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, shout out again to Arapahoe Basin.
Yeah.
This place is magical.
Yep.
I've been to several different bike parks. This is, in my opinion, right up there. We'll check out the trails today, see how that tracks.
Yeah.
But so far, it's been rad.
Yeah, today we're going to ride here. Tomorrow we're going to ride Kirkland? I don't know.
Keystone.
Keystone.
Let's try Keystone. It's another beer.
Keystone. Yeah, not the Costco brand.
Yeah.
Oops, I'm sorry.
I see our tent from here.
Oh, wow. Because you got a 10-person tent for 3 people. Yeah,
dude, I'm so stoked on that tent. That thing's massive.
Oh man, but yeah, this place, we've only been here a day, and it just feels so fulfilled. Like if we didn't do anything else, this would be a worthwhile trip. Our producer and I drove from California. We left at 9 p.m. on Tuesday. We picked Drew up in Salt Lake City and then drove the rest of the way. It was like 25 hours. It was beautiful.
I feel like you guys have driven more than you've actually been in one.
Alive? Oh, yeah, that too. No, just you realize how big the United States is when you start driving it. And
big country.
Oh, and dude, last night we had lightning and thunder and pouring down rain, setting up tents and stuff, but everyone was great mood. It was and it felt like it was going to snow. It was freezing. But everyone's happy. Like we're here for the stoke. Nothing can get us down. So
that's high praise.
Yeah, man.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Now that you say that,
the challenges are coming. Oh my gosh.
Any other shout outs we want to do? This is just a day one, episode 1, or so to speak. So there's gonna be a lot more of us.
Shout out to Mountain Ops. Shout out to Zirkle. Shout out to Teeter Training. These are our sponsors. Shout out to Fox, Raceface.
Dude.
Who else are we missing? Tasco, MTB. We're honored to represent you guys in this spot that believe in our dream of talking about mental health and people that.
And the ride's over.
And the
more
ride's
to come.
over. More to
please raise your feet.
Come.
Yeah, because we're freaking hungry.
Because
we're here. Toes up, tips up. All right, everybody, welcome back to Countdown 2 Podcast. I'm your co-host, Drew.
I'm Layton.
And we're brothers.
Yeah, and we're at the Yeti Gathering, Colorado 2026. We're at A Basin. Still got some rainy weather going on, but it's the stoke is still real and alive. And today we have Garrett Reynolds on.
Garrett Davis.
Garrett Davis. Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm so sorry.
You're good.
There we go.
Let's edit that out.
We
don't know who we
we're
are.
both. I'm not a name guy either, so
okay.
All good.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
Garrett Davis.
do you like Reynolds better? We could change it.
It's got more. It's more unique.
Oh, come on. No.
Yeah. I love
Okay,
it.
Garrett Davis, would you,
Yeah,
why don't you share with us part of your resume and your history,
Mhm.
even past Yeti?
Yeah. So I mean, with Yeti, I'm gonna start at the beginning.
Okay.
When I got into mountain biking, I was living in Northwest Tucson as a kid.
Okay.
And started mountain biking around 13 or 14. Kind of taught myself, but at some point sorry, that's my Ring camera.
Nice. Yep.
Hold on.
All good.
I should start that over. So growing up in Northwest Tucson, I started mountain biking when I was around 13 or 14, and mostly self-taught. But at some point, had a neighbor who saw me mountain biking, who's also a mountain biker, and he's like, "Hey, let's go on some of the group rides," and started kind of taking me under his wing, and started to fall in love with the sport. But ultimately, it was being in the grocery store and picking up like a mountain bike action and seeing the racers of the mid 90s for Yeti. That would make me actually want to get into mountain bike racing.
Sweet.
So,
Do you remember any of the?
Oh yeah, Jimmy Deaton, Miles Rockwell.
Not a name guy at all.
Yeah, John Tomac. And it wasn't just the Yeti riders, but it was the Yeti riders that were the riders that were like really special to me.
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
Pretty iconic time in mountain bike racing. It was when the sport was exploding, and then I started to race. So racing was like what kind of grounded me as a young person and kept me out of a lot of trouble. And raced all through high school, and then took a sabbatical in college, and then started racing again after college. And I've raced mountain, road, cross, gravel. So I'm kind of a multidisciplinary cyclist, but mountains, the core. And then from there, before Yeti professionally, I started as a designer and art director.
Okay.
So design school graduate, and worked in advertising for nearly a decade on huge global brands like Tide and Gillette and Braun. But then at some point was like, I'd like to marry my passion with my profession.
Yeah.
And then got into the cycling industry. So I was with Quality Bicycle Products for a long time, doing a lot of their new brand development as a creative director.
So Gillette was not one of your passions.
I mean, it's a close shave.
Yeah.
So. No, it was great. It was pretty incredible, actually. Like learning to how to activate a brand and a product globally.
Yeah.
So it was like the ultimate school in how to build brand. But yeah, no, it was. I wanted to be more around some things that I had more passion around. So outdoor
absolutely.
industry, cycling industry. So yeah, went to Quality Bicycle Products, and was on their new brand development. Was there for about 6 years, so helped develop brands like Tyrrell Tires and Whiskey Parts Co. Also worked with Surly Bikes and Kettle Apparel, which is actually now owned by Worldwide. That was one of the people who actually developed that brand. And then from there, I went to BOA Technology that makes the dials on the shoes. So I was a creative director at BOA Technology for a while, and then took over global marketing, which is when I kind of crossed over from going from being a creative and creative director to being a leader of a whole brand and marketing team. Okay. And then in 2021, actually just before the Durango Gathering, joined Yeti Cycles.
Oh, cool.
So, wasn't really looking to leave BOA, but it was going back to the story with the magazine when I was a little kid and seeing Yeti, like Yeti's always been kind of this North Star for brand and product for me. And the creative team that, came before the team that we now have at Yeti, which we featured, current Yeti ambassador Joey Schuessler, and then a guy named Craig Grant. And then there's just been a ton of filmers who have come through Yeti, like Clay Porter and John Reynolds. So creatively, it was always a brand that even when I wasn't working at Yeti, I wanted to be like. I was like, I want to do work that good. So when the opportunity came up to work for the brand and Chris Conroy called me back, it was like, let's do it. So so I've been at Yeti just over 5 years, and it's been a great ride, and here we are.
That's awesome.
So with your title, and one thing we've talked about with the other guests we've had on today, Yeti seems like it's a huge or bigger company that it really is.
Sure. Yeah.
But that means a lot, but it's not. It's smaller than that. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. Click, click, click.
Take pictures, but quieter.
Yeah. Can you muffle that, please? No. What I'm curious is, we're noticing that a lot of people wear a lot of hats.
Sure.
What are the hats you wear?
Yeah.
On a day-to-day basis, or
so at the biggest level, I'm fortunate to be a part of the senior leadership team at Yeti.
Cool.
So working with our owners, Chris and Hoog, Nat, our president, Peter Zasowski, and then of course the other directors.
Stretch.
Yep.
Peter? Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Stretch. He'll be giving a chat later tonight.
Sweet.
So that's at a larger level, like that's our strategic level. We get to talk about what we're going to do over the next 5 years, what drives the company, and how we're going to continue to maintain our core and make mountain bikers faster. Day to day can be a lot different. It can be a lot more tactical. So,
Sure.
Ultimately we want to build a brand. We want to tend to the Yeti roots, and we want to bring the Yeti product to life. So that's the core of what my team does.
Yeah.
And within that involves everything from graphic design, bike graphics, is something we lead.
Beer graphics.
Yep, beer graphics, sports marketing. So the race team reports into me, which is something I love.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everything from negotiating contracts for our riders, working with our team manager, of course, all of our ambassadors, our digital team. Digital is kind of split between myself and a guy named Matt Hicks, who will be on the mic tonight. But a lot of basically anything you see visually on the website comes through our team.
Cool.
And then of course, content management, social media, PR, all of our media buys. So it's a pretty traditionally run like marketing team.
Yeah.
But then if Richie Rude needs a new link for his downhill bike and we don't have anyone in the race bay, I'll pull it myself.
Yeah.
So
Of course.
That's cool.
yeah. And then today, like I put up the 20x20 tent for the chef.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people, and that's a long history with Yeti. I think everyone at Yeti, no matter how high the position, has worn a lot of hats.
Yeah.
And it also makes us, I think, a very approachable. We put out a really polished image, which is on purpose. And I think sometimes people think because of how expensive our bikes are, with that image that we're maybe a snotty company, but it's the most down to earth group of people on earth. That'll get every one of them will give you the shirt off their back if you needed help.
We've felt that. Absolutely.
It's a pretty cool culture, and very familial, and we also give each other a ton of shit too. So it's a lot of fun.
As do we.
Yeah,
so.
exactly. So it's good.
Family.
It's good.
Now, okay, so a side note though, with your designing and stuff like that for the bikes, even who do you talk to about the color of the bikes? Because I have the SB140. I'm waiting for the gray to come back out. Who could we talk to about that?
That would be one of us, actually.
Sweet.
So,
all right.
our color process actually starts from a pretty sophisticated color study, and then usually ends up with a very small group of us just making an intuitive decision, to be honest. But
well, I actually
any special requests? Let me know.
if I had a special request, it would be matte white.
Matte white?
Yeah.
Ooh, we've tried it and it doesn't wear well.
Okay, shiny white.
Yeah.
I do shiny white.
Okay.
He's been
You like white.
talking about it for a
Yeah.
long time.
I don't know. It's just
What
really
about
unique.
the new LT with the new like super light gray that reads white?
That is cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. And actually, the what do you call it? The black on purple.
Yep.
cool
That's
too.
pretty sick
Yep.
too.
Yep.
But I don't know why. But anytime I'm on a mountain town or on the hill or whatever, if somebody shows up a white bike, it's very rare.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh man, that's pops. I don't know
Good
why,
point.
but it's
Yeah.
just clean, and I mean, even in its
Yeah.
dirtiness on the
Yeah,
trail, it's still clean, and I don't know. Just saying.
Do you like grays? Do you like light grays?
Light grays work for me too.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those myself. So
I do love the desert color. I think it's on the 120.
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
We saw it up on the parking lot. I'm like,
Yeah.
man, that color's
Dust.
so much dust. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it's
Yeah, and then
beautiful.
we have a very sophisticated naming process where we basically argue about it over a chat, and then have a informal. It's mostly democratic, but ultimately someone has to make the call. And
Right,
yeah,
yeah.
We have some fun. So like, God, what was a funny one? We called the mango colored LTE Manjo,
Man,
and it was literally just to have some fun.
Right.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, "You spelled it wrong." We're like, "No, we did it.
We know what we're doing.
We called it Manjo." So
I do want to
love
say
that.
on the marketing side for you guys, because confession, I haven't ridden a Yeti my whole
okay,
biking passion career. He has,
Yeah.
and he corrected me in my ways. But watching your guys' videos, the marketing, the website, you're so spot on. It is so clean.
oh, thank
Like
you.
it,
Yeah.
like
Mhm.
I love digital marketing, and it's just always been there. Like I ask every once in a while for inspiration for any dumb video I make, watching some Icelandic video you guys have done or Colorado, and it's just
it's and the brand has, thank you, by the way.
Yeah.
And, I give the team all the credit on that.
Yeah.
But I'd also would give the credit to the team that came before the team we have now. Going back to some of the folks I mentioned earlier.
Yeah.
There's a culture and a history of brand innovation. And when I say brand innovation, I mean like doing really high quality crafted creative. And that's something that we will grind ourselves into the earth to make sure that we are tending to a legacy of the brand.
Yeah.
And one thing Conroy said to me when I started was, none of us individually are what this brand is about. It's about us serving the brand. The brand is always bigger than any one of us. And, essentially what myself and my team do every day is so we can just keep that standard high and attend to the brand, but also to have deference for what people did before us to pave the way. Because honestly, a lot of that was already built before I started. And now it's just my lucky job to be able to continue to, carry that forward. So yeah.
That's awesome, man.
I feel like that's in line with your race culture. You make race bikes, but it spills over into obviously the main production of things to where long before others came along, this was the direction you're going, and you're just building and building and building 100%. Upon it.
I mean, part of, like, when I get to work with our race team, I think about, this matters right now, but this is also tending to the 40-year history of us being one of, if not the longest running World Cup teams in mountain biking. And so there's something bigger that you're tending to that's so far beyond any of your own personal ambitions. And that always lifts us up. So it's cool.
Yeah, love that. I love, you mentioned BOA. I had my my Fox BOA shoes on this morning, and I love it. So thank you for the work you put into BOA.
And
for the cleaning products that you worked with Tide and keeping us clean.
And the clean shaving. Wait a minute.
Tide Pods was actually one of my last launches when I was in advertising.
Nice.
So, it was a funny one.
I was going to mention the clean
phenomenon.
shaving, but I haven't clean shaven in a long time.
Just down here, and it's everything's catching right now, so it's
right, exactly.
Oh man. So we also, with our podcast, we don't just talk bikes like we talked about before with you. We talk about going through hard things in life and how we got through it, building a community together to where our listeners can relate to and we can learn from. Is there anything in your life that you've had to conquer or go through? And if mountain bikes helped with that at all?
Yeah, I mean, I think a few things come to mind. One, going back to how I started mountain biking as a younger, teenager, I think that there's an inflection point, or can be in a few young men's lives where, you can start getting into a lot of trouble, or you can kind of take a different path. And I think, mountain biking or racing for me was that North Star, where if I was having, difficulty in school as a younger adolescent, it felt like I started getting better grades in high school because there was more balance, because I had cycling to kind of balance me out. So whether that's, a very kind of, we'll say, tactical mental health, where you're like going for a ride or ease anxiety, which is still the case today for me. I think as a young person, it was actually kept me out of trouble. Instead of making the wrong choices and getting, and a lot of it would have been just normal stuff youths get into. But I think helping to deal with the anxiety, both as a young person, but even as an adult. And then I think, having some big losses or health, problems with family and parents, it's that thing that I can always go back to that will ground me and make me, maybe not always feel better, but it'll help me process it better. And so I think, the one time in my life when I wasn't able to really ride with frequency was when I had my ACL done. And it was probably the worst my mental health has ever been. So you realize you take something away from your care routine and you realize, oh, that's what was grounding me and keeping me kind of, the train on the tracks, if you will. So I think for me, just dealing with the anxiety of life, and it's always been there for me. And I think, as I grow older, I hope it always is. And if it isn't, I need to find something else.
Right.
But,
Yeah.
So
hey, we have e-bikes now, so no matter how old we get, our knees
Exactly.
mess up, we could keep riding, you know?
totally. No, and we've got a lot of folks at Gathering, you know, that are in their 60s and even 70s,
Yeah,
and
it's
and that's
awesome.
super cool. So
Yeah.
it's I think for me too, the other is, you know, the loss of my father when I was in my early 30s was really, really difficult. And you know, at a time when you're kind of like still finding your feet as an adult, and you know, so to have him, you know, pass when I was 31, which doesn't sound that young, but you know, he missed my marriage, he missed my first house, he missed my first big promotions, and that's just like, that sting will never really go away.
Yeah.
You know? So
Was that unexpected?
yeah, I mean, he was diagnosed with cancer in June, and he passed, I think it was September 3rd.
Oh goodness! Wow.
So it was very quick.
Sorry for your loss.
And
when last year? Or?
no, this has been quite a while ago.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
he thought you were 31.
I
I
was
was
good,
like,
man.
man, yeah, it's
There you
been.
go.
Sorry, I missed that point.
No, it's been over 10 years, but
okay.
thank you. It makes me feel good.
You're welcome,
Yeah.
man. It's true,
Exactly.
you know?
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry
and
about
it's
that.
and it's interesting. You know, we've had a few folks at Yeti. You know, I don't want to name anybody, but lose their fathers in my time there, and it's one of those things where it's like losing a parent is a special club you never want to be in, that we all will be in.
Oh yeah.
And being able to have that community within the mountain biking space, and even at Yeti, to go up to someone and say, you know, hey, I know we don't have a whole lot in common, but I lost my dad when I was your age too.
Yeah.
And have them give you a hug. You're just like,
Yeah.
that's the beauty of life, right? So,
yeah. Absolutely.
And,
Right, and you're right. I mean, it's an unfortunate connection piece. I mean, him and I lost our mom to cancer.
So you guys
he
know.
was 17.
I was 18.
18. I was 30.
That's brutal.
I don't know. I was how old?
14 years
I
old.
am. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is that piece where
Yeah.
it's just like, unfortunately, it's going to happen. Unfortunately, we didn't have good people or healthy systems around us to really help and embrace.
Wasn't mountain biking then too.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was
that was our first mistake. And
well, if it's not, it's like, and I think it's tough because people just, a lot of folks don't have that relief valve, right?
Yeah.
Or something to ground them, and so it's sorry to hear that, by the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say about yours too.
I know.
Too, man.
We're in the club.
Yeah, in the club.
So
worst
And-
club ever.
Worst
but
club
yeah,
it
it's
is what it is.
horrible.
Well, and like you said too, of like most of us have to go through this.
Yeah.
It is a wild thing to go through, and how hard it is. That it's the part of the human experience.
Yep.
You know, for the most part.
Mhm.
So that's what we're about. It's just like, you know, that club and how to get out of it, and several different hard things to get through. There is some core ways to do it that transfers to a lot of things in life, and we found that exercise.
Yeah.
So like definitely mountain biking. That helps. But you know, whatever sport someone a passion has, they can really dive into that.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we're at a point now in our mental, physical journeys where we're kind of like, hey, who can we help now?
Yeah.
And sort of like you were saying, when you were growing up, you had somebody come alongside that was like, hey, you should race, or you should, you know, come ride with us, stuff like that. And we found that's just kind of the full circle of life in a way, in the community. Curious, have you, I don't want to say paid that forward, but have you brought any others aside?
No, it's a great question, and I think if there's a point, well, I think there's been times I have when I've, you know, been involved in, you know, let's say amateur racing teams that I help manage, just outside of work. You know, we're helping some guys go pro, or you know, I think that as part of work, like getting to work with young riders, even, it's really cool.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, like, that is something that is a missing step to complete the circle. Because there is, you know, I think if there's a guy named, his name's Chris Meharry, and he's a guy that just like took me to races as a young guy. Because my dad, he might have a great father, but he just did not understand that scene. And so you have these people who can step in with a young person, and I haven't been that person, not in that big of a way, to anyone yet.
Yeah.
And
that wasn't to call you out.
No.
It's
It's a great question, and I have no problem admitting that I don't think that I have closed that loop yet.
Yeah.
And I say that because it, to hold myself accountable as well, because it's incredibly important. A summer of volunteering for a local youth mountain bike camp, there can be one person you save.
Yeah.
And by save, I mean, like, instead of them, getting it into, addictive behavior or whatever, they find something new that can ground them, that can regulate them, that can become a lifelong passion, beyond just like mental health, like something that just drives them to be happy and that they love.
Yeah.
And so I think there's certainly things and organizations I've been a part of that have helped to do that. But I think that's one area of life I want to give back a lot more to in the future.
Well, and I think you are also in a prime position to losing your father at a young age, quote unquote.
Sure.
Last year.
You know how
exactly.
know how that feels when there are a lot of younger men in particular who don't have guidance from their fathers, or their father's a D-bag, or whatever the case may be. It's such an opportunity to even just point in a direction. Doesn't mean you have to full invest or be this or that to them, but even that one person, I know people have come along our side and just been like, hey, let's walk this journey together. Oh, wow. There is another road. There's another path. There is another.
Yeah, I think, and men supporting each other, I think, is increasingly, becoming a big and important issue. And as I kind of cross over to being middle age, and I see younger folks, especially at Yeti, like, being able to go to a young guy and be supportive, but also to hold someone accountable and say, dude, you're better than that. Come on, man. But not in a mean way, but a way of like, come on. Lift yourself up a little bit more than that. So
definitely.
It's interesting, like, you realize that you're in a position to mentor all of a sudden, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm turning into the older guy now. So it's fun.
It makes a big difference, because like our dad, so when I was growing up, I was in BMX, and I had some rowdy BMX friends who were really good, but they were fun, but they were healthy people to be around.
Sure.
And our dad saw that, and he was pastor at the time, and like, but he would take us, none of us could drive, he would take us on like around the counties to different skate parks to ride.
Oh, that's
he
super
did that
cool.
like one time, and to this day I still have those friends be like, how is your dad doing, dude? Your dad is the best. On that one, I mean, he probably did it a handful of times, but he was very supportive and just down to hang out and watch us, not me, but friends backflip and stuff, and like, film a little bit, and it truly makes a difference. Just,
it can be one time or 5 times. Like, it doesn't, I think, relatively have to be a lot, but it can. I know what a difference that made in my life.
Yeah.
And I mean, even, I go back to the guy that was a neighbor who, I think at the time, I remember him asking him, like, why'd you ask me to go mountain biking? I'm like a dorky little 13-year-old. And he's like, because I love it, and I think you will too. And you're just like, yeah, that is just like, how cool is that?
Yeah.
And now I work in the industry. It's my whole life. So,
yeah,
it's
and it
cool.
doesn't have to be the biggest thing. Like we had Ambassador Warren Ness on, and he's transitioning from racing to life, and he was like, right now I'm just, when I go ride and I run into Groms and stuff, I'm just want to be the nicest person possible.
Totally.
Something simple while you're riding. It's just that we have control over it.
Warren's great. I mean, I think for
great. Someone
with that level of talent who's raced alongside Richie Rude, he understands what it takes to get there, but I think he has that positive approach to like be that supporter, not that kind of the opposite of being the bully, right?
Yeah, definitely.
And supporting young people to like, you could have your own path. And in the case of Warren, racing wasn't his ultimate path. He's more of, kind of on the free ride isn't the right term, but like he's an incredible mountain biker at a professional level, but he's doing it his own way that's authentic to him. And that alone can give that person who maybe doesn't find racing to be like what they want to be doing, the autonomy to be like, oh, I'm going to make my own path, So I always love when whatever a rider's path is, that they're able to express that to others so that they can pick their own.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I want to share. I will shut up after this. I want to
No,
share one more little story on encouraging kids to ride. We have a nephew. He growing up, he's every sport amazing. but also the most humble kid. He was just very talented. He would always run with the slowest runner or slowest kid on the team,
Sure.
you know, and he's still that way. At 11, I got him into mountain biking, and I absolutely created a monster. And now he's 15, and he is a certified bike mechanic working
I love
at
that.
a local bike shop. He's becoming a certified dirt bike mechanic.
Awesome.
And now he's starting to work on cars, and he's making so much money at 15 and a half. Can't even drive yet.
Yeah.
But it's kept him on trouble. He has zero desire of drinking anything. He's just like has a mission, and I did that. No, no, bikes did.
No,
bikes
no,
can do
but
that, you know?
but it's you're dead on. I think just like that little bit of encouragement can mean a huge difference for young people.
Yeah.
So
He's
super cool.
He's an awesome kid.
And I think you have a piece of that in a roundabout way with marketing as well. I
Sure.
mean, here you are showing these pro riders or general riders or even your lunch ride, and it's so inspiring to that younger generation, just like you were inspired in the mountain bike magazines and stuff like that. So I mean, you are doing this.
True. Yeah.
That I haven't thought about it that way, and that's incredibly flattering. And if I were to find out someday that, you know, one or a few people had their life changed in a positive way because something we were doing, that'd just be amazing.
I think you'd be surprised. I'm sure that
Right on.
many of these people here at this gathering could be like, oh yeah, no, this does influence me. It does help me tremendously. So
and that's ultimately, I mean, we're not here to be the biggest company, but we're here to really inspire people to get out on the mountain bike and like live this lifestyle.
Yeah.
So
tomorrow we'll be having more customers on, and I'm ready to hear that the color turquoise changed their life and the website changed their life.
No, I mean, every year, I mean, I think there's no time that we are more humbled than gathering, because people come from I mean, there's a guy here from Norway, you know.
Yeah, right. We met him. Yep.
You know, and there's folks that have been coming. There's people who've met here and then, you know, got married, and to see people make the pilgrimage out year after year, or join us for an international gathering, or, you know, some of our new regional gatherings like Oregon or Vermont, you're just like, this is a lot of time and money to come and spend with us.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, what we talk about is we have this internal phrase, which I'll say publicly, is the Turk experience.
Mm-hmm.
And what does that mean? And it means a lot of things, and it's both defined but also indefinable. But at the end of the day, like, people need to feel something special when they're around us, and they need to feel welcome. And so, yeah, it'll be cool to hear what you have to, or what they have to say to you guys, because we're just always so humbled that people will make the trip out to hang out with us in the woods for a weekend. So yeah, it's great.
You guys definitely have that open welcome to us, the customers. Like we've mentioned it with the other people we've had on today, but the lunch ride yesterday, it's like, yeah, you guys are all close, but you're not a clique. You like bikes too? Like, we're all here having fun, and it's like, wow, I feel special, you know.
Yeah,
here at the headquarters.
That was, I actually wasn't able to go on the actual ride yesterday, just kind of final prep here, but I stopped by for the lunch, of course, before I came up here. And yeah, it's just like the coolest thing. Again, like, people want to come ride our local trails.
Yeah.
And are they the best trails in the world? No, but it's where we develop our bikes. It's where we go have lunch rides. It's where we give each other a whole lot of shit and learn from each other, you know? So it was super cool to see that. And it's something that we might want to be doing more in the future. So yeah.
Let's do it.
Now, with marketing and association and selling a image and all that.
Yeah.
Where does the dentist come into that? Because that is a lot of talk about. I mean, even when they announced the dates for this, somebody in the comments was just like, I heard a dentist convention was going on at the same time, same place.
So Yetis have always been expensive.
Yeah.
And this is back even when they were, you know, Easton aluminum, American made, and Durango. So I think it's always been a high-end brand. And you know, at the end of the day, the prices of our bikes are reflective of what we think are the best technology.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a strategy to gouge. It's not. But what's funny about the dentist term is that we both joke, we all laugh about it and joke about it, but we also are surprised because, and I won't name any brands, but there's several that are more expensive.
Yeah, right, for sure.
So, but at the end of the day, we actually, kind of have fun with it. Like we actually named the new frame storage the Cavity.
Right?
Yes,
so
we've caught on to
pointed
that.
that out.
in the pink bike comments, people were like, "Oh, they had to know what they were doing there." I'm like, "Of course we did."
We're not
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah. So it's, but we really don't know where it came from. We think it just was because we live at the higher end of the market, and it's not because it's not to be gratuitous. It's because we want to make the best mountain bikes in the world, and that's sometimes what they cost.
Right.
So
Yeah.
Well, two things on that, if I may. First off, if you develop a white bike, you need to market it with a dentist with his white coat, on the background kind of thing. Like play on it.
We've had some hilarious concepts that we haven't actually taken. There was one where we actually, well, a lot of them are April Fool's jokes. So I don't want to give them all away, but like we definitely have like a cutting room board of like
Sweet.
all the.
Don't worry, we're not that big yet.
Yeah, all these ideas that we want to do someday to just kind of take the piss out of the dentist thing.
Yeah.
So but we thought the Cavity would be a good start.
That was a
love
good
that.
start. I just when he was saying that, I just imagined a Yeti in a
that's
coat,
even
in a white
better.
coat,
Yeah.
So
There you
we'll
go.
cut that
The
just
dental,
as-
Or like Richie Rude coming down.
dressed as a dentist. Yeah.
Or he's in the chair.
Yeah,
He's in the
exactly.
chair.
With the Yeti.
With
It's
his
Exactly.
mic, yeah.
Secondly, back to the pricing and stuff like that. Like, you're higher end, you are more expensive than some.
Yep.
As a rider,
Mhm.
I mean, my first bike was an SB66.
Sure.
I threw my leg over it for the first time at Whistler.
Okay.
Um,
Classic bike, by the way.
yeah, I love
Like
that bike.
one of the coolest Yetis we ever made.
The it was actually so a friend of mine had just bought it. He bought it. It was one of Richie Rude's old bikes.
Oh wow.
And in fact, it was set up moto style at the time.
Okay.
And anyways, I threw my leg over it, and when I started mountain bike, I got into downhilling right away. Up at Whistler, he brought that bike. I threw my leg over, and I was like, I feel like I'm on my commensal downhill bike. Like, I mean, that's how the geometry, that's how I feel it was, but it was super light and playful.
Sure.
And I rode that the rest of the time up at Whistler. And so, I mean, you guys are more expensive, but you got a lot in the R&D. You got a lot in the just the design work.
Yep.
It's gonna cost more, but you get so much more out of it. And then now I'm on my third Yeti, absolutely loving it.
Yeah, and it's cool that you had that experience. I mean, at the end of the day, like sorry, not to plug our new campaign, but I will because it does speak to this. Our new campaign is called Go Fast and See, and it comes from this idea that the faster you go on a Yeti, and this held true on the 66, the SB55, the 150, the 160. You get those bikes to a certain point and they kind of open up and you're like, oh, the faster I go, the more I'm rewarded. And that's true of our racers, but that holds true. So if that's developed on the race course, that holds true to the average rider. And so, we really do think that what we're bringing to the table is really, like in my position, I get the opportunity to tell the story of what the product and the engineering team did to get there. Yeah. And I don't have to make anything up because the story is amazing.
Yeah.
And actually Peter will be talking more about the bikes tonight, and he'll actually be able to give you guys like a full rundown of like what he did and what he and his team did. But at the end of the day, like the price is expensive, but we want to make mountain bikers faster. And we also don't believe from a focus standpoint that we can serve all markets. Yeah. And that honestly, some brands do that better. Bigger brands can hit those price points better.
Sure.
And that's not to say we wouldn't love to someday, but it's just not where we play right now.
Yeah.
But and you stick with what you know and what you do well.
Yep.
What you love.
The piece of marketing I loved about the LT, the new release of the LT, is the weakest. I mean, maybe correct me if I get this wrong. The weakest part of this bike is going to be the rider.
Well,
something to that tune.
Yeah. It's kind of that idea that no one can push it to its limits.
Yeah. I believe that.
And yeah, I mean, I know I can't.
Yeah.
And some of our racers really can't either. It's kind of that infinite feel of like speed and like I give and it gives back.
Yeah.
And so, and that bike you'll hear more about it tonight, but the first Sixfinity Mule was actually made. And when I say mule, it's like early prototype.
Yep.
Was made from a combination of a SB66, SB95 tube set. Welded.
I recognize the top tube.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah. So have you seen this?
So
yeah.
when Nat was on, we had the prototype right here.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. So
Awesome. Cool.
you can definitely dive more into
and it was so to see that the first time we were riding that was over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And that we were both iterating the Switch Infinity bikes for production and went through multiple rounds of those. But then Sixfinity was basically being developed for a decade before it hit a pedal bike in production. Now, of course, it was on the downhill bike and it's been on our e-bikes, but there are not many brands that are developing that long with that many iterations to like find the perfection that we think we've, we never get totally perfect, but we think we're closer than ever right now on those. So
Heart and soul, man.
yeah.
We
So
feel that for sure.
Yeah.
From all you guys. So
and so yeah, it's a really cool brand to be around because it's why, going back to why do we do it? It's to serve the brand and it's like it's easy for me to work my butt off and for the team when you're trying to tell those stories.
Yeah, when you love what you do, like it's like us with us podcasts, it's just not easy.
Oh, for sure.
We put it's a labor of love. We put a lot of work into it every week.
We
putting
fight
out
a lot.
an episode every week. We love passionately a lot of each
Oh
other.
yeah,
Thank
passion.
you.
Yeah.
There was a lot of
I like
passion
that.
goes on.
But we've grown so much through it,
Yeah.
and it's like, man, we love the content we're able to put out and the people we're able to meet and hear their stories, like yourself and stuff, and to share with our listeners and make an impact. And we've even had a couple Yeti customers that are like, "Oh, you guys are Countdown 2 podcast.
I love that.
your." It was like,
Yeah.
we're like,
No, I've been seeing the
"Thank you."
clips on Instagram. It's cool to actually
Thank
like
you. Yeah. And
Be
now
on.
you get to be a clip.
yeah. Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh man.
Cool.
Well, cool, man.
So yeah, and I think what were we at? 35, 34, 40, I
40?
said.
Oh dang.
Nice.
Cool.
Time
Right.
flies when you
Time
have fun.
flies.
Yeah. Right on.
But no, just thank you for all you do.
Yeah.
Well,
and thanks for coming.
yeah. No,
Again, going back to that point of humility, like the fact that you guys were inspired to come make the trip and want to even talk to us, that's
oh my
huge.
gosh.
Yeah,
So thank
we're,
you.
We're big nerd, or
Yeah.
we're not tech nerds, or like hey, let's talk, the specs or anything like that. But like we're the community nerds. Where it's just
Yeah.
like,
Nerds.
let's talk about like just
Having fun.
the fun, the groups, the camaraderie, the roasting, but it's all out of love. I mean, just we love those pieces. And then just the ability to enjoy the outdoors on things that we love to do. I mean, it's awesome.
We woke up this morning in our tent very early to Yeti employees next to us loudly roasting each other, and it was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
about their car mechanic abilities.
Yeah, it's about,
of all things.
I'd love to know who it was. Yeah.
we'll say it off camera, but no, it was great. It was great, and we weren't grumpy at all of waking up early. It was just
How
just
early
woke
are we
up
talking?
laughing.
Six.
All right.
I
So
mean,
it wasn't not horrible.
but
Yeah, it wasn't horrible.
The night before they were up till 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thursday is usually last night I was just going to sleep and it was like 9:30 and the group got louder and louder and I was like, oh no. 'Cause last year I was up till like 2 a.m. on Thursday night.
Yeah.
This year, and then luckily they just kind of quieted down. So I got lucky, but it's
No, I definitely got up this morning, and our neighbors that we're talking about, they're like, "Oh, what time did you get to sleep?" And I was like, "Whenever you turn off the music." And they're like, "Oh, we're just warming you up for tonight."
Yeah.
And then they're like,
I like
"Let me
how
make
they
you a
had no
coffee,
shame.
man."
They just had to put it right back on you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
He did make him coffee though. He's like,
Yeah.
"Here you
Oh,
go,
dude.
man."
Well, and that's again, it's like,
We felt the
you
love.
come, you're part of us. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It was awesome, and it was funny because it was like 9:30. We're going to bed, and oh wow, it's quiet. This is, and then like an hour later, we hear everyone come in, and then and getting the music going. I was like, all right, well, I took a little sleepy gummy, so I was just fighting that. Waiting
Where
for
were
that
you
to
guys?
take up.
Because I feel like I had the exact same experience.
Okay,
Right up here.
We're in the
like,
tent.
at the top.
Okay, so
it's
it's funny. I had a similar experience like down on the lower lot.
oh, okay.
Where I was like 9:30 going to sleep, and then all of a sudden like, oh no.
here they are. The bar must have closed.
Yeah, exactly.
But it was fine.
So
It was
traditionally tonight will be quieter because people are afraid of the big ride tomorrow. Although
Yeah.
we're mostly park day tomorrow, so anyone's guess. And then Saturday is usually pretty rowdy.
Yeah,
That's what
we're
we
planning
were.
on that.
Yeah,
so.
buckle up. But and then Sushi Danny's here. If you haven't talked to him,
No,
he
yeah.
is-
We've
We've
he's
had
a-
him on the pod.
he's a legend. Yeah, we want to do more Legends of Gathering because there's definitely like the spirit animals of the event that they don't work for Yeti,
Yeah,
but they're always here, and without them it wouldn't be the same event.
right.
And
Yeah.
he is certainly like at the top of that
Okay,
list.
on that note, Garrett.
Yeah.
Who here do we need to have on the cast?
Ooh, let's see. Who have you talked to?
So,
Nah.
on the cast yet or no?
This weekend.
This week.
We have
Okay.
stuff planned, but we've had Nat, we've had Gus, we've had you, and we're supposed to have Hugin on, and
Who could be good?
Yeah,
we were
who-
touching
who's gonna be
on employees first, and then
Yeah.
we were going into the freaks.
Yeah.
Once they've had a little bit more experiences here.
Sure.
good. Yeah.
So I would say one of the biggest Yeti freaks. He technically, I think, works for Yeti still.
The Big Joe.
Big Joe.
Big Joe. Okay.
Yeah,
Big Joe's a
We've
big
heard
one.
That. Yep.
Legend. I think Rob actually, who he was previously with Big Agnes. Now he's with the Trail Association in Routt County.
Okay.
Handlebar mustache.
Oh yeah.
Usually kind of Hawaiian type shirt.
Yeah.
He's just he and Big Joe actually have become kind of there's a big muffler of like whiskey that gets passed
Okay.
around.
Oh, sweet.
And by muffler I mean a flask that's the size of a
Yeah,
muffler.
we've seen pictures. Yep.
Yep.
Seen-
So the muffler I saw was already getting pulled out. But yeah, Big Joe, who I think Conroy is incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, he's now moved into chairman, which we give him endless shit about because of the title. But he is just one of the best, if not the best, brand thinker I've ever worked with, and someone who I've learned a ton from, and just he's a great chat.
Yeah.
So,
Cool.
and I could keep going. I mean, I
Yeah.
think you've talked to Nate Hills.
We're
We've
working
been
on it.
trying to get him
Okay.
on, and it's just been a scheduling
Yeah.
hit and miss. But we're
Yeah,
trying,
Nate's
so.
here. Actually, you know what? Sarah Raleigh, if you haven't
We had
talked
her
to
on.
We had
okay, Sarah's great.
amazing.
She's a godmother gathering, as I
Yeah.
call her.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we
Yeah,
dug into that.
we ran into her.
Yeah, when we're working
big
ourselves
hugs.
into the earth for months to put this on, we think back to how she did most of it herself.
Yeah.
And so she is just such a huge
Yeah,
part of
Betty.
the brand. So
Yeah.
Okay, on that, and I'm sorry we're going a little
Yeah.
bit longer, but so with H&I,
Yep.
do you have any pieces in that being a marketer or
Yeah. What do you mean by pieces?
just connection pieces of like representing the brand? They're coming in
Sure.
to quote unquote third party.
Yep.
Put these on.
Yeah, well,
Are you
and
working
I
with
would
them at all?
actually, I was thinking about Ewan on that list as well.
Mhm.
So Ewan is a Yeti ambassador.
Yep.
So he's on our ambassador page, and family of the brand, him and Catherine and their whole crew. And you talk about what they do. Their business is different than ours,
Mhm.
but they live and breathe mountain biking,
Yeah.
and they spread the stoke all over the world.
Mhm.
We've had a blast working with Jody.
Yeah, and Jody is. I mean, they are very well. Technically, they're a third party. We would call them very much like part of our family.
Copy
Yeah.
that. Okay.
So, right down to how we take the piss out of each other. Like, it's a very, very long relationship, and first started with our international gatherings, which is kind of Ewan and H&I's like bread and butter is this amazing international travel.
Dude, their trips are insane.
They're world class.
Yeah.
Like, I've only been on a few actually. Usually it's Conroy and Hoog that go to represent us, which is of course awesome.
Mhm.
But they're really great trips. So, I think Ewan would be a great person to talk to. But yeah, I mean, in terms of like how we work with them, we work with them weekly.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty tight relationship, and
Love that.
a long standing one as well.
Cool.
So yeah.
Yeah, we've been talking with them, and Jody's been hooking it up. She's awesome.
Jody's awesome.
Oh,
she's so fun.
great.
Well, and with our countdown too, our goals are to take something big
Yeah.
and then reverse engineer them to completion, right?
Sure.
And since meeting Jody, since here at H&I,
Yeah.
after signing up with the Yeti Gathering,
Yeah.
we've like, okay, international, let's go on one of these trips. So we're adding these things
Oh, you
into our
should.
next countdowns for sure.
We're definitely talking about doing all the gatherings next year.
That'd be cool.
As part of our countdown.
Just
here,
a big
so.
challenge.
Well,
Yeah.
and even
Challenge,
getting
yeah.
you to want to, even if you couldn't do all of them, because we do plan to expand. We open an office in Germany,
Yeah.
and we do want to bring gathering to we'll call it Western Europe. And so the debate now is whether it's a kind of regional size like we do like Oregon, where it's about 50 or 60 people,
Mhm.
or whether we go like full on Colorado style, 150 to 300. I mean, usually we're at 300 to 400. But a bigger kind of camping festival style. So we're kind of talking through that now, but in the future there should be more internationals, there should be more regionals, and there should be one in Europe. So
Okay.
Cool.
If you need help in Europe,
yeah,
we'd
there
like
you
to
go.
volunteer.
Well, talk to Ewan. Yeah. So,
Cool.
but yeah, where I was going with that is I think going to one of the regionals would be super cool as well. I mean, I think Oregon was, it's a different event.
Mm-hmm.
The DNA is kind of the same, but it's just a small group. So with that, comes some intimacy that you don't get at a larger event.
Yeah.
But also there's totally different energy here that you don't get at smaller events. So
Right.
it's just different flavors. They're all quite different, actually.
Yeah.
We try and have great trails, great food, hot coffee, beer.
Yeah.
And, but at the end of the day, like even this year, we don't have the big epic ride, but we're going to be at a great classic park.
Yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, it'll be good.
We haven't hit a bike park together in many years, so we're stoked for
Nice,
tomorrow.
nice.
And yesterday's ride was the first time we've ridden together in like over a year.
Well, heck yeah.
So
it's bringing you guys together. I love it.
It's
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you for your
Yeah.
time. Thank you for opening the door to your side of Yeti and letting us see inside. It's an honor to be here. It's an honor to speak with you guys.
Well, and it's an honor to talk to you guys. So thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah.
Cool.
And if I can help with any of the other folks you want to speak with, let me know.
Hey, if you run into them, it'd be awesome. You'd be like, hey,
Cool.
please go talk to so-and-so.
Yeah.
We'll try and track them down. We've been trying to track down Nate, and it's...
All right.
He's been there,
He's
but it's
elusive.
like he's talking. I don't want to interrupt him.
Yeah,
and stuff,
sure.
So, yeah.
And then you turn around, he's gone.
It's like,
well, and I'll tell you, he ends up being one of the biggest kind of celebrities at Gathering
For
because of his YouTube following.
Yeah.
And he's such an approachable person and rider.
Yeah.
So I always feel like he's like gets mobbed when he's here.
Yeah.
Because people know who he is.
Yep.
So
we definitely don't want to do that to him,
Right.
but also
Yeah.
we want him on.
Well, and it'd be interesting, like, because he's in a media space, you guys are doing some of the same things, and it'd be interesting to like share notes because he's been making his living like kind of I wouldn't say influencer, but like he's on YouTube, like he's living the life of a mountain biker and showing how you could do that as
Follow Friday.
Yeah. So
Follow
I love
King
it.
Friday.
yeah. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
man.
Yeah.
Appreciate
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Boom.
Cheers.
Oh, good
All
stretch.
right. Good stretch.